morning, everybody. This is Mike Lung over to Allendale's Trading Floor. It is Tuesday, October 27th, and starting the day off with a lot of green on the screen here. You got corn a bit higher, wheat a bit higher in the overnight session, potentially being led up by that crop progress report out yesterday, showing wheat conditions extremely low. So we'll take a peek at that in a second. Something we definitely want to watch is this crude after a recent setback that we've been watching. We're going to be taking a peek at the 37 level. Also going to speak about that in a second. But getting a little bit of green on the screen, pretty much unchanged on the day. So on the fundamental side of things, exports will continue to be the main focus of this thing. Make sure you take a peek at our podcast. I did with Steve Georgie here out later today. He's going to go into depth about what we're looking at for the exports. It's a great program. Take a peek. But exports continue to be a main focus here. You got the inspections that are showing that we're not only selling it, but we're also shipping it out at this point. Like we talked about a little bit ago on that crop progress report, winter wheat conditions came in at 41%. That's the lowest since 1987. So should fuel that fire a little bit more about potential a world supply problem continue to take place with concerns on overseas wheat as well. Another thing that we're going to be watching with all the dryness concerns we've been talking about is the rain that's working its way into wheat's forecast. And like we talked, taking a close eye at that 37 level for crude. If that does break, that will be a key support level, could lead to a further setback here in the crude market. So watch for support down there. Looking on the technical side, you got a clear uptrend in place with this 409 coming in as your support level. That's going to be the old highs that spiked high with the 10-day moving average converging at about the same points. Broken a new highs for the move here at 421 and 3/4. Could be watching the contract highs that come in at about 423 as some decent support going forward, but still clearly seeing a uptick in open interest, showing that the bulls are willing to continue to step in front of this thing at this point, even with the amount of money we have put on this market. At this point, a whole dollar has been added to the corn market since the lows. On the bean side of things, you got a nice bull pennant that could be in place. As of right now, you got to break 3/4 of the pattern, which is great. Retest the next day and continue to move higher off of it. So we'll be watching this as well as the uptrend that's been in place from the start of the potential bull pennant that would suggest a move up to 1160. So something to be watching there, something to definitely be monitoring, as well as your key support level that comes in here at this uptrend currently in place. So take a few looks at that. You are getting a downtick in open interest, so that could be a bit concerning at this point with how much we have rallied this bean market. On the wheat side of things, looking at this 616 as support, getting a couple good closes above, it's going to look great. Going to want to see a nice recovery to break you back higher. Otherwise, you're still in a minor downtrend. That could be a little bit worrisome, especially with the big move yesterday that did actually break to 616 and 3/4, went down to 616. On the livestock side of things, the box beef, you had choice up, select down yesterday, which led to a bit of a mixed bag of trade on yesterday's movement. Carcass was down $8.39 yesterday as well in the PM report. On the technical side of things, like we just talked about, a little bit of a mixed bag in trade yesterday. Ran up after that bearish cattle on feed report on Friday. Took a setback midday before finishing about unchanged for the day here yesterday. RSI clearly down lower, and a bit concerning is the start to uptick in open interest, even though we are continuing this down move. Potentially looking at the old gap that is still open from the recovery of the coronavirus fallout that we saw in cattle. On the hog side of things, you were able to get back above that support level that we broke through on this large down day that took us down to the 20-day moving average. Outside day higher yesterday. Will it continue, or are we looking at a potential continuation pattern at this point? That will be up to trade. We'll be looking for a potential yesterday's lows as your good support level to be watching to not confirm this maybe continuation pattern going forward. But any questions you may have on any patterns, how to use them properly, please give me a call, 815-578-6177. You guys have a great day out there.